Back with another video. So I just want to discuss with you that Wack 100 had went on to Vlad TV's channel, and basically they're now friends. Vlad made that clear that they squashed whatever beef that they had, and they discussed quite a few things about Chrisean Rock and Blueface. How did Blueface get in jail? Who is the blame of Blueface going to jail? And also, Vlad had brought up, once again, confirming that academics was talking about Chrisean Rock and when Chrisean Rock was pregnant and what she was doing while pregnant, that people consider like something you shouldn't be doing when you're pregnant. Let's put it like that. I'm going to let you listen to what is being said in the words of the messenger.
I'll tell you this. When I interviewed academics last time in New York, he was saying how he had a FaceTime call with her, fully pregnant. She's smoking a blunt. And she's like, shh. He's like, shh. Full blown, like 8 months pregnant.
FaceTime her, she's like smoking a joint. She's full on pregnant.
While she's pregnant.
Full on pregnant. Smoking a joint. Like, and I said, aren't you? And she's like, shh. And I'm like, oh, shh. I'm like, the baby's in the stomach. Like, no, you get what I mean?
Now the child, people are saying potentially has birth defects and so forth, and she's telling people like, oh, shut up, y'all don't know what you're talking about.
Well, we're all parents. But the child's about 8-9 months. Usually about that time, child's already crawling, he's reaching, he's grabbing, he's responding. In some situations, taking their first steps. So, people see that when she goes live, mothers and fathers are going off of what they see.
Right.
And the response of the child isn't.
Now, see, this is why it is not good. And I'm glad that Wack 100 is responding to it respectfully. Now, we know that if he still was not cool with Chrisean Rock, she would be in some trouble right now because he would probably drag her. And he probably would say what really, in my opinion, I think would be on his heart about the situation. However, he's, treading lightly and he's speaking his piece, but he's trying to keep it where, there's no war, there's no disrespect, there's no insult towards Chrisean Rock, because beef has really been squashed and he put it out there. He's the one that put it out there that she's in love, he's in love. Blueface and Chrisean Rock are in love with each other, and that he has to understand and accept it. So this is why I think that he kind of got caught off guard. Vlad is watching just like we are watching what's going on behind the scenes. I think he wanted to see how he was going to respond to the question being asked about what was going on with Junior, which again, in my day, we never talked about kids, period. Those are things that were out of the conversation. But in these days and times, people don't care.
What it should normally be, right? I don't think she understands that, because I think her upbringing is like, that wasn't in her life. People concerned, I'm concerned. But I understand her mentality. Some can run from it, but you can't hide from it.
Yeah, they're saying it's fetal alcohol syndrome. That's the rumor. I don't know it's true. I hope it's not true. But it's like, man, you're pregnant for 9 months. You could avoid drugs and alcohol for those 9 months. Get as high as you want to.
Did he just say that's it? Wack 100. Please leave in the comment section if he said that's it. I know that this video just went up as I'm doing this commentary. This video has only been up 15 minutes. So this is a recent video as of May 23rd, 2024. So when he said the word that's it, maybe I misunderstood, and maybe somebody can help clear that up.
To get when the baby comes out, it won't matter unless you're breastfeeding.
People were putting up clips, videos, and they was pulling up on her while she was pregnant. 2-3 of them went up. Her doing all. I wouldn't allow her to do anything around me. She know I'm gonna say something, but I hope for the baby's sake. But if I had to make an educated guess, I would say that, yeah, the baby needs to really be checked out, and whatever the diagnosis is, and catch it early. Maybe it's something that could be done. But, You know, and she has to stop taking it as attacks or taking it as, you know, people trolling. Like, you know, when it comes to kids, it ain't even about her. It's about the kid.
It's about the kid.
Right, that's true.
It's about the kid, man. It's sad when I see it. You know, and isn't she wanted? Doesn't she have to turn herself in over something? And she's saying she's not going to do it?
Yeah, she got a couple felony warrants.
A couple of felony warrants?
Legal. I know legal's been contracted for a few. They're in different states. And then she has a situation out here, as we all know. Whatever happened at the Braxton situation.
You know, there's a lot of issues that are going on in this situation. I really am respecting to a certain extent Wack 100, even though I can take him or leave him at times, because he's trying to at least pretend to be humble. So I think sometimes the truth sometimes can come out of people in the opposite way. Sometimes the truth comes out and people can come out in people when they don't like that person because they don't like them and they just want to run all their business. But in this case, I think he's just putting bygones be bygones and putting things to the side. And, you know, he's speaking, you know, how he feels, but it's not what you say is how you say it. But in this case right now, they're talking about Blueface. And, you know, I want to really honestly hear myself out of his mouth who he now blames for why Blueface is locked up. Now, we all know, in my opinion, from what I heard with my own two ears, I felt as though he was always blaming Chrisean Rock for him getting locked up, Blueface. Blueface making the wrong decision to go where he went to get into the trouble that he got into. And I really feel like, in my opinion, Wack 100 feels the same way. However, he's not going to express that.
Now, when we're talking, Blueface is in jail.
Mm-hmm.
And you blame Chrisean Rock for his arrest.
No, I blame Blueface because ultimately, whatever it was, he had to make the decision. But, and I can't even blame Rock. Rock, with no disrespect, she's in a world that she never knew existed. She comes from a struggle. When we found her, she was homeless. She never showed any signs of being responsible or even maturity. She was just figuring it out. So as a man, if you do have some sense of responsibility to yourself, you have to know what you're dealing with, and never could you allow that type of situation to make decisions, right? That could be that detrimental in your life, right? So, you know.
So pretty much he is blaming, in my opinion, Chrisean Rock, but he's doing it. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. He's not saying it the way he would say it if he was mad, where he would just flat out say, yeah, he listened to what Chrisean Rock said, and that's how he got jammed up, and that's why he's in jail now. He's saying it without saying it. He's saying it nicely that Chrisean Rock, in my opinion, did in fact get him jammed up. But he's saying it because right now, everything is peace, love, and happiness. Everybody's peace, love, happiness, and hair grease. When we know that is farther from the truth, because I'm grown. I've been your age, you ain't never been mine, and I can read between the lines, and I know that is exactly what he's still saying. That Chrisean Rock, pretty much, in my opinion, had something to do with why Blueface is in jail. But he just said it in a nice way. You get it?
Rock does things, but they could be controlled. His decisions ultimately come down to him.
Because it was a probation violation, right?
Yeah.
Because he went back to Vegas? He wasn't supposed to go?
Went back to Vegas. Well, I told him to stay out of Vegas. We were fighting it. Wasn't supposed to go. Came out, we did the Floyd thing. That was work. Got him right back out of there. And I guess a week later, because he not going to tell me, I think she wanted to go to Vegas. He tells her, Wack told me I need to stay out of Vegas. Case going on. She hits him with the, is that your daddy
so
type?
he is blaming her.
Instead of him, like, not paying that any attention and no.
Pay attention. He is still blaming her, but he's just saying it in a nice way. Let's just say that. Saying it in a nice way. But yeah, he really does believe that Chrisean is why he's locked up on Blueface.
Knowing that whatever Wack's telling me in this type of situation is to help me, not hurt me. He ended up going back to Vegas. And Rock, it was a fan, because I watched the whole video footage. It's a fan that said, Rock, we love you, but we hate him.
Oh, boy.
Pointing at Blueface. This is you guys' persona. This is what you got to sell into the public. Rock pregnant it all, took off on the girl. Girl has the phone. Blueface thinking, let me kill the footage, grabs the phone to get rid of the footage. But because the phone was over $700, $800, boom, they hit him with a robbery. He gave the phone back at the scene, like 30 seconds later.
Well, why would he do that,
They hit him with
though?
a robbery. The robbery violates the California case that we just took probation on. That
How does a multi-million-dollar rapper do something like that because of what a fan said to Chrisean to even put himself in a situation like that? That's something that someone does that's average or broke. Not nobody like Blueface. So when you start wanting to point fingers, Wack 100, think about what you're really saying. Because Blueface didn't make a good decision on that part at all.
has something to do with his baby mama, right? So now I'm trying to get the robbery beat. We dead bang on 32 cameras. They drop it to a misdemeanor. I dropped it to a misdemeanor because we got 4 years mandatory prison time sitting in California if you catch any case
Felony
anywhere
case.
after we took the deal. And this is the case. So I'm thinking, okay, I can't beat it. So let me at least get it reduced from felony to misdemeanor.
Right.
Right?
Lesser charge.
So once we get it reduced from felony to misdemeanor, I'm hoping that when we get back to California, maybe we'll get some amnesty, right? So we get back. I got an excellent attorney, David Kessel. He goes in there. Remember, Blueface is supposed to get 4 years. Same type thing, Suge Knight, when he got to 9 years.
All
He
right,
didn't
we
get
get
9
it.
years for the kick. That was just violated his joint
He
suspension.
violated probation, yeah.
Right? So
Right.
whatever that was, they gave it to him.
We get it.
We go in there, Kessel pulls out a miracle. All right, I'm not gonna send him to prison for the 4 years. They're gonna give him 300 days in the county, right? With a late date release of July 3rd, right? Because we got it reduced to a misdemeanor in Vegas. So, once again, I didn't beat about 5, 6 cases, freeway shootings, couple gun cases, I didn't beat the case.
Listen, let me just say this to you. I don't care what anybody says. I know that Wack 100, as big as his mouth is, he does look out for his proteges, but we know that the main reason why he's doing it is because it's messing with his money. It's messing with his pocket. He don't want to be going into his pocket, pulling out lint. And at that time, prior to Blueface getting in trouble with that club owner, he was making some sort of money that he was bringing in where, Wack 100 was making a residual off of it as the manager. You know what I'm saying? Now he's probably putting in more than what he's getting back from Blueface. And I think he's trying to keep good faith with Blueface now because he's probably afraid that Blueface is probably going to be on some other stuff. He's not going to need him as a manager no more. He's not even a rapper no more. He wasn't even making music in jail. That was one of the Q&A answers. And he answered no. Wasn't in there writing. That's not what he wants to do. So I really feel like Wack 100 kind of sort of is in denial. I feel like, I hate to say this is my opinion. I hope that it doesn't happen, but there's gonna be a fallout, and he's gonna definitely expose Blueface, and you'll probably even find out his financial status, and also probably Chrisean Rock's financial status. Everything's gonna come out. So I just hope that they all tread lightly and they know what they're dealing with when it comes to Wack 100, because as soon as it hits the fan and things don't go Wack 100's way, trust and believe.
Cases, but when it comes down to it, ultimately, if he would have just said, yo, Rock, can't do Vegas right now. If you want to go ahead. He wouldn't be in jail right now.
So you're blaming Rock. Just say it.
I mean, the Chrisean Rock thing is so crazy. I mean, for example, and please pass this message along to her the next time you speak to her. Can you explain to her that if she doesn't get that tooth fixed permanently, she's going to lose all her
the
teeth?
bone. Yeah,
the way
the
the
bone.
teeth work
The bone.
is that all the teeth hold each other in place. You remove one tooth for a long period of time, they'll start to collapse and start to all fall out. Whitney Houston was missing like 15 teeth by the time she died. She had all types of implants and whatever. Mm-hmm. Chrisean Rock will not be cute with no teeth.
Not at all.
I mean, even the one tooth looks crazy to me. I guess that's her thing, but like, she's going to lose all her teeth.
She has or has had.
Now they went way to the left, but I will admit that you start to lose, I think the bone or cartilage or whatever's inside the gum, it starts to deteriorate when there's not a tooth being held in there, and then that is true. Its teeth start to collapse. I don't know why Vlad went there with it, but he's very, very invested with Chrisean Rock, alongside with academics and a whole bunch of other people, and they seem to be all men. Wack 100, he lost his interest, I guess, or fake lost his interest in Chrisean Rock, and this might be his last interview even mentioning her name. But there is some truth to that. I don't know how we got on that subject, but there is some truth to that, and I do hope that she does get that tooth fixed. She's a beautiful girl, and she does not need to be looking like the Grinch that stole Christmas.
The tooth to go there.
But she takes it out.
She takes it out.
So it's not a permanent tooth. Like, you could get an implant. What she needs is an implant.
The one that screws in there.
Well, yeah, it's a whole process. It takes a long process. You got to actually, like, I know someone that went through this. It's like a 6 or 8 month process where they put in a thing and then they got to put an implant in. They got to drill it in and whatever. But it becomes a permanent tooth.
Yeah.
If you don't do that, you're going to lose all your teeth.
You got to remember, man, her level of understanding when it comes to those things, she doesn't really grasp it. I'm hoping motherhood, well, I was hoping motherhood would have woke that up.
Well, all I can say is that I wish the best for her. I think that in time, things will get better for Chrisean Rock. I think she just needs to have positive people around her. And once she gets positive people around her that want her for Chrisean, not her money or to be, clout chasing off of her, the fame, trying to hang around her because of who she is, I think that she'll start to love herself. Sometimes it takes to be around other people that are positive. They might tell you that you're loved, and to love yourself, because you can't tell yourself that because of things that you've been subjected to in your life. It's called learned behavior. But I really believe that in time she's definitely going to grow, and I think that she's doing the best she knows how with the skills that she has. Not having her mother in her life was not one of the skills. She's doing the best that she can as a young mother, trying to take care of a child on her own, especially with her baby's father being in jail. I think she's doing a good job.